welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you've joined us today. So we've made it to day 22 of our 28-day chair yoga journey together. We're going to start seated with a gate pose. We'll move into some standing poses and then return to seated. And I hope you'll click that subscribe button. It is free, and leave a comment. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to move forward in our chair. We're going to sit up really tall, crown of the head to the ceiling. We're not leaning back. We're going to take just a moment to focus on that mind and body and breath. So let's think about grounding our feet to the earth and think about grounding our sits bones to the chair, right? Lift our heart, lower those shoulders down out of the ears. Place your hands lightly on the thighs, flipping the palms up to the ceiling. Close your eyes and then just connect to your breath. Just feel the rhythm of your natural inhalation and exhalation. Just take your time here, right? So we're connecting with that breath. Just one more breath here. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Let's go ahead and we're just going to look side to side. So let's look to the right a little bit. Excuse me. And then we're going to look center, and then we're going to look to the left. And center. Let's do that one more time. Just looking to the right. Just a little stretch for the neck this morning. Well, it's morning for me. I don't know what time you're doing it. And then we're going to go the other side. And then center. And now we're going to drop our hands down by our side, and we're going to shrug those shoulders up into the ears. And then we're going to let them fall. And we're going to shrug those shoulders up into the ears, and we're going to let them fall. And we're going to do that one more time. Shrug. And just let them fall. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to take my right ear and I'm going to let it just fall towards my shoulder. So a little stretch here for the neck again. So first of all, just feel your natural range of motion. So we're just going to hang out here for a couple of more breaths. Then all I want you to do is reach up with your hand and place it lightly on the head. Okay, so we're not pulling on that. We're not giving it any, assistance. We're just simply letting the weight of the hand give that a little more stretch. Take the hand off and bring the head up. Oh my goodness, that feels good to me. Let's go the other side. So first of all, just let your head go, right? So ear to shoulder, we're just hanging out here. We're feeling the stretch first. Now, if you want a little more, you're just going to take your hand and lay it lightly on the head. So it's interesting to me how just the weight of the hand and a little bit of gravity really adds to that stretch. All right, let's take the hand off and let's lift that head up. Oh my, that feels good to me. All right, so we're going to move into our mountain pose. So we're going to bring our hands down by our side and spread those fingers nice and wide. So throughout this entire pose, I want you to think about lengthening through the spine, crown of the head to the ceiling. Shoulders are down, right? So belly stays tight. It looks like we're not doing much in this pose, but it's a very active pose. I'm spreading my fingers, I'm stretching. All right, now we're going to release the fingers and we're going to come up into those goalpost arms. So again, I'm really pressing my arms back. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades back behind me. It's a very active pose. Lengthening up, hands to the ceiling. So my shoulders stay down. They tend to want to come with, right, the minute I begin to lengthen those hands up to the ceiling. But I want you to pull the shoulders down and just try to think about fingers to ceiling, but shoulders are down. Belly is tight, very active. It's a little yin-yang, right? Extending and pulling. One more breath and release. All right, excellent work. So we're going to move into some pelvic tilt. So all of these beginning poses are for warm-up, right? We kind of know that now. We've done this enough. So we're going to move into a little pelvic tilt. So this is kind of to warm up into that lower spine. So we're going to take our hip tips, these pointy bones here on the pelvis, and we're going to rock them towards our shoulders. So just kind of rounding a little bit, right? So you should feel that low back rounding. Now we're going to take these same hip tips and we're going to rock them towards our knees. There we go. So now there's a little arch in the back. And we're going to do that again. Oh yeah. And the other way. So it's a little bit like cat and cow, right? It's the same feeling, if you will, but it's just a little bit lower in the back. Okay, let's add the breath. We're going to inhale into our hip tips to shoulders, and then exhale as we take the hip tips to the knees. And do that a few more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Can we do one more? Inhale. If you don't want to do the inhale and exhale, just breathe normally, right? So remember, you don't ever have to do that. Inhale and exhale with the movement of the poses. And then come back to that neutral spine. I want you to just breathe. You don't ever want to hold our breath. Okay, so our next pose is a chair pose series. Now, in chair pose, the first thing I want you to think about is we definitely want our knees to be behind our toes. However, I will tell you, if you have your toes too far out and try to get up out of the chair, it is really hard, right? I mean, it's almost impossible. So what you want to do is make sure that you have your feet back. Knees are still behind the toes, but you kind of want that 90 degrees down, so when you press your feet down into the feet, you can lift. Okay, so go ahead and take a moment to kind of get the position of your feet that makes sense for you. Okay, so now we're going to bring our hands to our, well actually let's start with our hands on our thighs. So I like to start here, give yourself a little support, and then we'll add on hands to heart. So we're going to inhale to prepare, and then as we exhale, I want you to press your hands into your thighs. We're going to act like we're getting out of the chair, but we're not going to get out of the chair. So you've got to use your quadriceps and your belly. Inhale to prepare, exhale. Just act like you're going to lift your hips up, but don't. And we're breathing here. We're not holding our breath, and then we're going to release that. Do you feel that? A lot of work in those quads and abdominals. It's almost like easier to just lift up, but we're not going to yet. Inhale to prepare. Ready? Exhale, press. Try to lift those hips up. But don't, right? They're just barely coming up off the chair. We have one more breath and release it. We're going to do that one more time, just like that. Inhale, exhale, press. Then just breathe your natural breath. Don't hold it. One more breath and release. Okay, so we're going to do that same thing with our hands at heart. All right? We're not lifting up. We're just going to act like we're going to get out of the chair, but we don't. We really feel your abdominals working and your quadriceps working. All right, hands to heart. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, act like you're going to get up, but don't. Oh, yeah. One more breath, and down we go. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale. Hold and breathe. And release. One more time. Inhale, exhale, press up. One more breath and release. Okay, take just a little break here. So now we're actually going to go ahead and come up out of that chair. So I'm going to start with hands at heart, but I will tell you, if you want to start with hands at thighs, that's fine. Give yourself that little extra support. It's okay, all right? Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Now let's come all the way up. So if you'll notice, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me just a little bit. See how my knees are behind my toes? My hips are back, okay? So here I am in a chair pose, and my heart is lifted. Here's what I will see sometimes in my in-person classes. Here I am in my chair pose. Well, what that does is it disconnects the quadriceps and the abdominals, right? You're just kind of resting here. That's not the pose. Here's the pose, right? Heart is lifted, hips are back, knees are behind toes, hands are at heart. All right, go ahead and have a seat. Okay, let's do that again. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift up into your chair pose. So my abdominals are really engaged here. My quadriceps are working hard. My heart is lifted. I'm not letting myself collapse down. One more breath. Have a seat. So one more thing I want you to think about before we add this last piece on. When you come back to seated, there's something that's called just awareness of your vicinity and what's going on around you, right? So I guarantee you nobody has come and moved that chair. So you don't have to turn and look and sit. We want to work on a little spatial awareness here, a little spatial awareness. So as you come up, let's everybody come back up, hands at heart. Now, that chair's there. You've got some spatial awareness of what's going on around you, and you're going to sit back down, okay? It's really good for the brain to do that. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, up we go. Now, another add-on is extending the arms out. Only if it feels good for you. This now, do you feel your back engaging, right? So extending those arms out adds a little back work. Bring your hands to heart and have a seat. Okay, the final add-on. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, up we go. Let's extend those arms. Now we're going to come to standing. Ha! Inhale to prepare. Exhale, chair pose. Bring your hands to heart and have a seat. Inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Extend your arms. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, stand up. Ah! Inhale, down we go. Hands to heart. Have a seat. Can we do one more? I know, one more. Here we go. Press it up. Extend those arms. Up we go. Okay, are we ready? And have a seat. How did that feel? I know, right? A lot of work. That one is a lot of work. Okay, so we're going to do a little stretch now. This one should feel really good. We're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it up nice and wide here. All right? So this feels like quite a stretch on those inner thighs just to start with. So the thing I want you to focus in on is this knee that's facing me. I guarantee you it's going to want to fold in, but I don't want you to let it. Okay, so I want you to really keep this knee open. Now, if it just not going to stay open, then I'd rather you heel toe your foot in just a little bit. I'd rather you keep that alignment of hip, knee, ankle, and toes and do the twist versus be here and let the knee fall in. Does that make sense? All right, I was talking, but I wanted you to feel the stretch on that inner thigh while I was talking. We're going to bring this left arm out and bring it, open up. Now, you're going to bring that arm all the way across your body, and you're going to grab your chair. I want you to lengthen nice and long through the spine, and then I want you to turn and look over the back of your chair. Now, everybody, turn and look at your knee. What's happening? Is it folding in? If it's folding in, you can either make sure it's not, or you can bring that foot in a little bit, right? Oh my goodness. Go ahead and look back over the back of your chair again. Feel that stretch and open. Open that arm, and then let's do that again. Ready? Let's bring that arm across the body. Lift. Don't forget the lifting through the crown of the head, and then twist. That's super important. We have one more breath. Release. Bring that knee forward. So the other thing that's really important in any twist or stretch or whatever, if we're going to move that spine in any direction, we want it long before we start. Okay, so we always lift crown of the head to the ceiling before we turn. All right, let's do the other side. Here we go. Open it up. Feeling that stretch first. Bring your right arm, open it up first, and then bring it all the way across the body. Grab the chair. What do we do next? Lift the spine, crown of the head to the ceiling. Turn, look over the back of your chair. Make sure that right knee is open. Don't let it fold in. One more breath. Let's release that, and we're going to do it one more time. We got this. All the way across the body. Grab the chair, lift and twist. We just have one more breath. Open up and release. Okay, excellent work. So the next pose is star pose from a seated position. So we're going to do a little heel, toe, all right? Now, what I'd like for you to do is hold the chair, pull that belly in, and I just want you to lengthen the legs long and bring them in. Okay, we're just kind of getting used to this movement. Extend and bend, okay? You feeling that? Extend and bend. Let's do that one more time before we add on. Extend and bend. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add our arms. So our arms are going to come up into like a V, okay? And then down. Okay, can we do both at the same time? Inhale to prepare, exhale up, inhale down. Does that feel okay? Let's do that again. Up and down. Two more. Up, there's our star, and down. One more. Up and down. Okay, so let's bring our feet back together. Good work. So now the next thing, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that much of a difference, but I think you'll see the difference. So instead of starting with our legs out, we're going to start with our legs together, all right? So now they have to move into that full extension and bend in. Abdominals, okay? So we're going to just go for it. We're not going to, and if you want to grab that chair, remember that's always an option. But if you're with me, we're going to bring our hands to heart. Inhale to prepare. Ready? Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. You feeling it? Exhale up. Inhale down. Let's do three more. Up and down. Into star pose. Up and down. Let's do one more. Belly tight. Don't lean back. And down and release. That gets your heart rate up just a little bit, right? My blood's pumping a little bit. All right, very, very good. So the next series is going to be a little flow. We're going to start in a warrior two, and we're going to move into a reverse warrior and the side angle pose. Now, the add-ons here isn't going to be adding on more poses. It's going to be adding on the position of our legs. And you'll see how we continue to build into a little deeper stretch and a little deeper stretch. And remember, you don't have to add on, right? So if you get into that first position and then you try to go into the next one where we're a little deeper stretch, and you're like, I don't think so, then just go right back to that previous version, okay? So it's fine. That's why I do it this way. So I give everybody the opportunity to be super successful in all of these series. All right. So we're going to start in our warrior two. And what I want you to do is just take your right knee and open it. So we did this one a minute ago, so we kind of know how this feels, right? Now, you're going to kind of turn your torso to face me, and you're going to bring those arms up. So this is our warrior two. So I want you to think about having your arms parallel to the mat, right? So I'll see in my classes, I'll have this or I'll have that, right? Extend the arms as long as you can. Belly is tight. All right. Now we're going to flip this. Right palm is considered our front palm. The right palm is going to flip up, and then we're going to reverse our warrior. So here's the thing. If you want to hold the chair, it's okay. If you think it's all right for you, you're going to leave that hand down and just let it slide down towards the floor. So that's going to work that side waist a little bit more. You might get a little more stretch too, but it's your choice, right? Holding the chair is always an option. All right, let's come back to that warrior two. Now we're going to take that right arm, we're going to flip the palm to the ceiling, and we're going to put that arm right on that thigh, and we're going to lift up. Here's our side angle pose. Now we might extend that side angle here in a minute, bringing this arm over, but for now I want you to leave it out at a diagonal. So I've got shoulder, shoulder, wrist right in alignment. Do you feel that heart opening? This side is working, right? It's working to keep that openness happening. So if you're feeling like you're kind of collapsing in, I want you to really make it to where you're opening up into that chest. Okay, are we ready? Inhale, Exhale back to that warrior two. Now, squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arm. So what does that mean? If I came over and I tried to pull your arm down, I couldn't, right? So you're squeezing, activating that upper body. We have one more breath. Let's release that. Okay, let's bring that foot in. Now we're going to go to the other side, all right, before we add on. So here we go. Let's bring that knee open. Extend, warrior two. Look over your left fingertips. That's our front hand now. Flip that palm to the ceiling, reverse your warrior. If you can look up towards the ceiling, do so. If you can bring that hand past the midline of the body, do so. Belly stays tight. Let's come back to that warrior two. And we're going to move into our side angle pose. Right? Looking out, for me, works best. You can look up, but I personally at least like looking out. We have one more breath. Let's press back up into warrior two and release and bring that knee in. Okay. So now we're going to move through that a little bit faster with a little bit of additional legs. Okay, so I'm just going to let you decide if you want to stay in this position with your legs, that's fine. If you want the next version, we're going to take my right knee and it's going to be a heel toe and a heel toe. So it's at a diagonal, right? It's not 90 degrees. It's at that diagonal, probably like a 45 degrees. There's my math for today. All right, the opposite leg extends out. So you see what's happening there? I've got a lot more stretch happening on this extended leg. Now I'm up on the side of that foot. So if you point your toe and extend, now your quadricep is working. There's nothing wrong with that, but really what this pose is intended to accent or activate, I should say, the inner and outer thigh, right? So this particular series, we're working on that inner outer thigh. And so in order to get that area engaged, I bend my foot, I flex my foot, and I'm up on the edge. Okay, so you feel it, you should feel it already right here. Okay, let's bring those arms up to that warrior two. We're going to move right through this. We're not going to stop, all right? Look over those right fingertips. Flip that palm up to the ceiling, reverse your warrior up and back. Come back to that warrior two, and we're going to put that arm on that leg, flip the palm up into that side angle pose. We're going to flip back up into that warrior two. Front palm up and back. Back to warrior two, straight to side angle pose. One more time. Warrior two to reverse warrior. Warrior two to side angle. Back to warrior two and release. Feel okay? Ready for the other side? Here we go. Heel toe, extend that right leg out. Make sure you're on the side of the foot. Bring those arms up to that warrior two. Shoulders are down, belly is tight. Look over those left fingertips. Flip that palm to the ceiling. Reverse the warrior up and back. We're going to come back to that warrior two into our side angle pose. Press into that warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. Back to your warrior two into side angle pose. Beautiful series, right? Back to that warrior two. You guys are doing great. Flip that palm up and back. A little movement here. And back to warrior two. Back to side angle. One more breath. Bring your hands down. Bring that leg in. And take a break. Good work. All right. Okay, so we're going to move into gate pose. So what I want you to do is move towards the right side of your chair. Okay, so I've got a hair here that's bugging me. There we go. Sorry. So I move to the right side of my chair. And you're going to hold onto that chair and you're going to extend that left leg out. Right leg. Sorry. Right leg. Extend that right leg out. So again, I'm up on the edge of that foot, okay? Oh yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my arm up and I'm going to lean lean over as I close my gate. You feel that? Oh yeah, that's working that sideways. Now I'm going to bring that hand back to the chair. I'm going to extend the opposite arm up and lean. So now I'm opening my gate. I'm still feeling that sideways stretching, right? And down we go. Now, if you want, you can have that right arm. So the left arm extends up. The right arm can just slide down that leg if that feels okay. And then up we go. Opposite arm extends. Do you feeling it? A little stretch there for that. So inner outer thigh is getting it, and now we're getting into that side waist. And up we go. Let's do that one more time. Well, when I say one more time, we've got two sides, right? So it's really kind of 2 times. Opposite arm extends, and we lean. Oh, that feels good to me. And up we go. And release. Okay. Take a moment here on that chair. We got to do the other side. So we're doing a little more moving today, aren't we? Right? So we're not really holding our poses as long. We're moving through them. It's just different. It's all good. Both versions are excellent. Let's extend that leg. Okay. So take a moment here. Make sure you feel like you're stable on that chair. We've got this leg extended. We're up on the side of that foot. Okay? All right, so we're going to take our right hand, we're going to extend it up. Left hand is on that leg, and we're going to lean and close our gate. Then we're going to come up, place that hand on the mat, extend the other hand, and open our gate. And then up we go. Extend and lean. Hand to the chair. Extend and lean. We have one more. We got this. Feeling that movement, that flow. Last one. Oh, that feels so good. And up we go. Very, very good. Go ahead and come to seated for just a moment here. All right, let's come to standing beside our chair. Now, we're going to move into a standing sun salutation B. And what the B is the chair pose series, okay? So we're going to move pretty fluidly through the beginning of our sun salutation, focusing a little bit more into that chair pose, okay? So I like to move a little bit forward in my chair because we're going to be moving those arms, right, for that swan dive. And if you're a little bit too far back, you might hit the back of the chair. So just think about that. Bring your hands to heart. Okay, reverse swan dive up to mountain pose. And then bring your hands to heart. Now, if you can follow your hands with your gaze, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Just look forward. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, we're going to swan dive forward, belly button to spine. Forward salute, airplane arm. So I'm stretching my fingers back. My head is forward. I'm stretching through, and I'm going to bring my hands to heart. Let's do that one more time. I'm going to move away from my chair just a little bit. Reverse swan dive up to mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Add the breath if you want it. Inhale up, exhale, dive forward. Okay. Now, we're going to put our hands on our thighs and give ourselves a little support for our first forward fold. Oh, yeah. Letting that heart begin to fall forward. My hands are on my thighs for some support. My head is staying above my heart. I want to bend my knees, tuck my chin, and roll it up into a standing position, hands to heart. Let's do that again. Reverse swan dive. Up. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart. Up we go on that inhale. If you want to add that breath. Dive it forward. Ha. Forward salute, airplane arm. Stretch it out. Hands on thighs. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Roll it up into a standing position. Okay, so now I'm going to add one thing in here. So instead of having the hands on the thighs for support, I'm going to go ahead and just have my hands out, and then let's reverse swan dive up. If that doesn't work for your back, you're going to stay here and bend the knees and roll up, which is a fine version, okay? But I'm going to add in a little bit of back work, okay? Here we go. Big circle up, mountain pose, bring your hands to heart. Let's come back to mountain. Belly button to spine. Dive it forward. Forward salute airplane arms. We're going to stretch that out. Let's place our hands on our thighs for a supported forward fold to start with. Okay, now if you feel okay and your back is good, pull that belly button in. You're going to release the hands and then reverse swan dive. All the way back up to mountain pose and bring your hands to heart. Let's do that just like that one more time. Up we go. Dive it forward. Ha! Forward salute airplane arms. Stretch. Supported forward fold to start with. Hands off of those thighs. Reverse swan dive. Back up we go to mountain pose. Bring your hands to your heart. We're going to add on from here. Are we ready? Up we go. Dive it forward. Belly button to spine. Forward salute airplane arms. Supported forward fold. Bend your knees, shoot your hips back, bring your hands to heart, and come into chair pose. Oh yeah, extend those arms out. Now we're going to come into a forward fold. If you want to just forward fold, hands towards the floor, go for it. If you want to put your hands on thighs, that's fine. Reverse swan dive all the way back up to mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. How are you feeling? That makes you dizzy, don't do it, right? Keep your head above your heart. Dive it forward. We got this. Forward salute airplane arms. Ready, supported forward fold. Bend the knees, shoot the hips back, bring the hands to heart for chair pose. Extend those arms if you wish. There's the back. You feel it? Hands to heart, heart to thighs, hands to the mat. Reverse swan dive. Up we go. We got one more. That's it. One more. Hands to heart. Feeling okay? Up we go. I know, right? Moving. We're flowing today. Halfway lift. Well, forward salute, airplane arms. Supported forward fold. Bend the knees, hands to heart, chair pose. Extend the arms out. Hands to heart. Heart to thighs. Hands to the mat, straighten those legs. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Mountain pose and bring your hands to your heart. Excellent work. That was a great flow. Excellent. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, we're going to stand here. We've got our chair right here by us. We're going to move into some eagle legs with a warrior 3. So I want you to put the weight in the leg next to the chair. Lift the other knee up to tabletop. Okay, so first of all, bring your right hand to your heart. Pull that belly in super tight. See if you can let go of that chair and bring the other hand up. There's a little balance work, right? Hello. Okay, so now the leg that's in the air, I'm going to push it through to a warrior 3 with prayer hands. So do you see how I'm still lifting my heart, right? I'm not letting my heart fall down. See, I needed to grab the chair just for a moment. That's fine. I'll let go now. Okay, let's do that again. Bring that knee up. And then press that foot back. Oh, how is that working for you? I know, belly, right? Use those abdominals, pelvic floor muscles lift. Find a spot that's not moving. Focus in on that. Bring that knee up. Let's do that one more time. Push that foot back. Now, if you want one final add-on, we're going to go to airplane arms. So instead of hands at prayer, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. Bring that knee up. Squeeze it. Put that foot on the floor. Okay, let's go to the other side. So it's a little moving balance, a little dynamic balance, right? So we're going to put the weight into the leg next to the chair. We're going to bring that opposite knee up, eagle leg. Tabletop leg, belly tight. Let's bring this left hand to the heart to start with. Now, if you think you can, you're going to bring the other hand up. Working that balance. Okay, are we ready? We're going to push that foot through into that warrior 3. Do you notice how kind of my upper body doesn't really move much, does it? I want you to keep that heart lifted. We're not letting that heart fall forward. Okay, let's bring that knee up. Ready? Push it through. I know it's challenging. It's challenging for me too. Belly tight. And up we go. So this side could be more willing though than the other, right? Super common to have one side more than the other. Let's push that foot through. Okay, are we ready for those airplane arms? We have one more breath. Come up, bring that knee up into the chest and put that foot down mindfully. Remember, we always want to get out of our balance poses mindfully. Such good work, you guys. Let's go ahead and come back to seated. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, we're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it and let our left knee fall down for that crescent lunge. Push that foot back. Lift that heart. Let's bring the arms to goalpost and squeeze our shoulder blades back behind us. Just a little extra stretch here. Let's release that, and we're going to do that one more time. Ready? Oh, that feels good. Let's release that and face forward. Okay, can we do the other side now? So we're going to take that other knee and open it wide. This knee's going to fall straight down towards the floor. Push that foot back, lift your heart. So start here. So relaxing through this glute, feeling the stretch on this front side of that leg. Let's come to goalpost arms and squeeze our shoulder blades behind us, looking up a little bit if that feels okay. Let's release it. And we're going to do that one more time. And release. Go ahead and face forward. We're going to move into Shavasana pose. So you can lean back on the chair. Hands are going to rest lightly on the thighs. Flip the palms up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, close your eyes. Take another deep breath in. And a full breath out.
Making a difference. Life, in all its forms, has made a difference long before you were around to see it. Vast stretches of hard, unyielding, volcanic rock were transformed into soft, fertile soil by the power of life. The oxygen that sustains you in every moment is constantly replenished by life itself. Much of the value in your world comes from the reality that life, in its very essence, makes a difference. Not only can you make a difference, you can choose what difference to make. Every day you make that choice, and every day it matters. You can positively affect the course of your own life and the lives around you. It is a magnificent opportunity and a great responsibility. What you think, what you choose, what you do, it all makes a difference far beyond what anyone can imagine. So it's best to make your choices based on love, wisdom, gratitude, respect, and generosity. All the time, you can make a difference. You do make a difference. What positive and uplifting difference will you make right now?
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as the left hand presses down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug, pressing that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Very well done, my fellow bottoms downies. We've already made it to the end of day 22. I hope that you'll keep showing up. Click the subscribe button, leave me a comment, and I will see you tomorrow.